what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag. Show them that swag. What you see is what you get. When I look in the mirror, I'm looking like a man. Like we playing tag bad, I'm the top pick. Show them what you're working with. Break the circuit, be a hit. Go ahead and make them sit. If you gotta hate it, then your purpose is equipped. Tell them catch you later, cause you serving up some grits. Meaning hot with the drip when I drop in the mix. The proof is in the pudding. Show them how you do it. They do it like they shouldn't. You don't need to brag, cause your competition couldn't. You don't need to boast, cause the proof is in the pudding. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag. Show them that swag.
Ready, Austin?
Yep.
Okay, so before I dive into private galleries, I wanted to cover what PhotoDay is as a whole. Our product is an end-to-end solution, so it starts with the Capture app. The Capture app is for organizing your subjects on the day of the shoot for private galleries. The studio panel, that's going to be basically your command central for you, the studio, and your team if you add them to your account as well. And then we have galleries, which is the customer's cart experience. And then we've also rounded out the studio experience with the dashboard app. This is a mobile app that's going to allow you to get notified as you're getting each sale when you're on the go. So there's actually a watch app for it, watch faces. And you get a cha-ching notification for each individual sale, which I know is super addicting.
So addicting. Yep.
Yeah. Photographers are literally addicted to the dashboard app. So that way you can set up your galleries, release them, and then let all the magic happen in PhotoDay, and you can get notified as you're doing other things. So download that if you have not already.
Awesome. And we have 3 different gallery types. There's public, there's group, there's private. Today, we're going to be focusing just on the private galleries. Private galleries, they are subject specific. So each subject, they're going to get their own individual access code and secure gallery. So they're only going to be able to see their photos. And this is most common for schools, for preschool, for dance, for composite, anywhere where you need that privacy of them just seeing their photos.
For sure. Okay, so let's jump into actually doing a live demo from start to finish. Austin, I know you're going to share your screen. I'll give you a minute to get that up. Oh, you're too quick for me. So we're going to start by setting up the job and going over what to do prior to the shoot and what's important then. And then we're going to hit on checking subjects in on the day of the shoot and what's needed on site. And then we're going to set the job live so that you can see what the customer experience looks like. So yeah.
Cool. Let's get into it. So up at the top here on the jobs tab, we're just going to click add new to add a new job. And we'll just call this webinar demo 2026.
New year.
That's weird.
That's going to take a while.
We'll click on the job category. This is just gonna be able to sort later on, and then you'll pick on the organization. If you don't see the organization on the drop down, just click on the plus sign and you'll add their name in here. You'll be able to add like their contact information and stuff later on, so that way you can send them like flyers and stuff. And then add your picture day date, estimated being photographed. That'll pull some reporting on the back end, so it'll say like 20% opted in or 50% purchased. And then this logo here, this is going to be the job or the team logo. So something like this. And with some of the labs, it'll appear on their memory mate. So that's that 8x10 picture with like the team photo on the bottom and the individual photo on the top. It just puts that logo in there to kind of customize it for you.
Yes, without setting up the whole entire theme. Pretty cool.
And then you basically just walk through the steps. So the first thing here is setting up gallery access. Like I said, there's 3 different types, public and group. This is where all the photos are in one gallery. There's just one link or one access code for them. And then the parents or the subjects, they can find their photos with Face Find. So they can either upload a picture or take a selfie, and it's going to return back all the photos of that person. There's tags where if you had it set up where it's like team A, team B, team C, mom can just click on team B and view those photos. And then there's obviously all photos. A cool thing in all photos though is if they are scrolling through their photos and they do find their kid, they can click find similar and it'll pull all the photos of that person. For private, it's a little bit different. You need a little bit of data to set it up beforehand. So at least their first and last name, preferably an email. That way you can send them their access code. And then each person is going to have an individual access code. And on all of the jobs, we have automated marketing that goes out. It goes out the first day published, the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 14th, and 30th. If they make a purchase within that time, it'll stop messaging them, so it's not going to keep bugging them. But this expiration date, it's going to send a last chance reminder. So if you do an expiration date, we suggest doing it at least 35 days out just so you can get through the full marketing cycle. But this is just going to send, hey, your gallery is about to expire. Hurry up and grab your photos.
Definitely a good way to bring in those last minute stragglers. But you want to make sure that you set the right date and don't send it too early. Sure. Okay, so next is setting up storefront. So let's jump into that. This is where you're setting up all things sales. So first is AdvancePay. For those of you who do not know, AdvancePay is PhotoDay's solution to prepay. If you guys need deep strategy help with AdvancePay and like the different options for using it, we do have a webinar that goes over just that. Hopefully one of our team members can link that in the chat. But if you are not using AdvancePay, AdvancePay is a great way to secure orders from parents in advance to qualify them as buyers before pictures are ready. So especially if you're coming from paid order forms or any other prepay solution, this will be an easy switch and it's a really, really smooth option when it comes to prepay. Now, instead of selling packages or items in advance, your customers buy a credit amount and then they use that amount towards their order when pictures are ready. So you start by creating the credit sheet. Austin has an example pulled up here. You can do up to 4 amounts. You can also just do 1 amount. It really just depends on the strategy you're using. So I think for this example, we should just do one $35 credit. It just has to be an increment of 5. You can add a little description if you want, but let's go back and attach that into the job. So this determines what amount or amounts your customer can choose from. So next is the AdvancePay offer. You definitely have to kind of incentivize the purchase of AdvancePay. You need to make it make sense to your customers why they should purchase in advance before they see the photos. That's where the AdvancePay offer comes in. Incentivizing is a huge key to getting participation when selling online, quick participation in general. So you can do a dollar amount or percentage off offer. You could also just do free shipping. I would say free shipping is a super popular option. And it's enticing when you're shopping online. So in this example, we'll do, if you purchase a $35 credit, then you get free shipping on orders of $35 or more when pictures are ready. So I kind of recommend, when you're doing the AdvancePay offer, it's good to do 1 amount and then make that amount the minimum purchase amount for the offer. So that way they have to use that whole credit in order to redeem their AdvancePay offer. But that is sent automatically to them, and they use it when pictures are ready. But you are rewarding those who buy in early. Again, there's a lot of different ways to use it. That webinar was linked by Emily, so check it out. But definitely use it for all jobs it will work with.
And we found it was like people that purchase an AdvancePay credit versus those who don't, they were 152% more valuable as a customer, which I think that's crazy. Just because money spent is money forgotten.
I mean, I got a ton of gift cards for Christmas and I girl math it every time, and I'll spend the gift card and then I'll spend what the gift card had on it, just in extra money. Like, people spend that money, then by the time they go to redeem it, they have more money to spend. It's a psychology thing. So yeah, there's no reason to not. Okay, so Gabriel, I'll answer your question really quick of, do credits expire? Just because it's on the topic and I should bring it up. Anyways, credits do expire after 14 months, and it lets them know at checkout whenever they buy it. So, Okay, so moving on to attaching your pricing to the job. So we're going to jump in and give you a little preview of how to set up your pricing. You can set up your pricing per lab. You can have one price sheet that you use for all jobs you ever do. You can create category specific ones, like if you do dance and then you do preschools. It really is up to you. It can be very simple. You can set up your pricing once and then, be done. Okay, let's jump into a price sheet and go over the different sections, Austin.
Cool. First thing, this is just basic retouching. So this is something that we offer. You don't have to do any blemish removal on the back end. So it'll keep scars, it'll keep moles. It really just focuses on acne. It doesn't look like a soft filter was just thrown on their face. It looks pretty natural.
Definitely.
You'll set the retail price. So a lot of times we'll see it for like $7.99. Sometimes for seniors, it'll be like $9.99. If you don't want to sell it, you can always toggle it off, but it's basically free money. So I'd keep it on.
Totally. Yeah. You make extra money and you have to do pretty much nothing. So, okay. Moving on to print products. These are going to be your a la carte items. So items that you add here can be purchased on their own. You can offer regular prints or packs of prints. You can also do templated products as well. You're able to see the lab's cost for these items, and then you set the retail price in that column as well. I like to, these are items that can be purchased on their own. So I like to say that you should set these at kind of a full retail price. If your customer comes in and they just want one item, of course, there's still a lot of value, not just to the product, but to the images that you're selling on that specific print. So you want to price them accordingly and give value to your pictures. So, and then there's also specialty items. Each lab kind of offers a similar variety, but there are little differences, maybe one or two products that one lab offers and another doesn't. So definitely check out each of our partner labs because they are fantastic, each one of them.
In this part of the price sheet, what we're showing you right now, this is what you're offering your customers. If you click on this little plus sign right here, this is everything that the lab offers. So if there's something, say you want to add like a 10 by 13 to your price sheet, you just click add product. We'll set the retail price. And then now it'll be available for your customers.
Great point. And on that same note, you don't have to offer every single product the lab offers. You can keep it short and sweet because the less options your customers have, the less time they'll take to make their decision. So yes. Now let's move on to digital products, a couple of different things here. So starting with the a la carte high-res downloads and also a la carte social sharing downloads. You can offer a high-res download on its own, and you can also offer a single social sharing download. Just so you know, the high-res download is going to be the size of the image that you uploaded. And then the social sharing is going to be your image resized to 900 pixels wide by the proportionate height. The high-res download comes with a print release. And of course, the social sharing does not. Totally up to you if you want to offer those. People use them differently. Each person has a different use for those. So that's up to you. But yeah, so in this example, I have the a la carte download priced at $34.99. Now, if you look above that, you're also going to see download all. So this is super awesome. A really great newer feature that we've added if you guys have not taken a look at this yet. And this is going to allow you to set a single price for all the images that you're offering of a subject in your private gallery. So we do recommend when you're using PhotoDay that you offer multiple images per subject. Of course, even if you don't switch poses, you can just do a smile and a game face or, a couple of different angles or expressions. Or you can do black and whites. And PhotoDay has a free black and white converter, by the way. But the more options you can offer per subject, the higher your potential for a bigger order. So that being said, your digital downloads are a very high value, high margin product. So therefore, I recommend giving bundle deals, when you're selling them. So that is where download all comes in. This 99.
Also,
go ahead. No, you're good. I could talk for 10 years.
No, download all is really cool. And one thing that I do like about it is when they're in the gallery, it's going to show a download all button every 20th image. So it's really easy for the customer to just click the button and go straight to checkout. If you don't want to do download all, though, we also have, it's called tiered bundles. So you could say one is 35, but if they buy 2 to 3, maybe they're 30 a piece. Or if they buy 4 to 5, maybe they go down to 25 a piece. So 4 photos would be $100, but the more they buy, the more they save.
Yeah, the cart does a good job at presenting digital bundles as well. But I do want to show them download all because of, I think the real selling point for download all is just how easy it is for the customer to add it to the cart. So toggle that on if you find a really good price for download all. And of course, everybody's images and pricing structure is different. So, tiered may work better for a certain situation and bundles may work better for another, but definitely try it out if you have not. And I wanted to say one other thing. It does work for private galleries and group and public. So if you guys don't do private galleries and you don't have that separation by subject, in group and public galleries, it works with face find. So they can buy all images of one face.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So in a group, say there's 5,000 photos, but there's only 20 photos of that person. It's only going to let them download those 20 photos, not the whole gallery.
And sorry for being squirrely, but before we move on, I did notice in the chat that someone says they can't toggle their download all on. Make sure that you add the high-res download product first and set a price for it. Like you have to have a single one and price it and make sure tiered bundles is off and max pricing is off. And then you should be able to do it. But you do have to have the a la carte on there, which is why it's grayed out sometimes, I think. But anyways, hit the bubble up if you have any more trouble. Okay.
Want to talk about packages?
Let's see. So you can also create package deals. Of course, you have your a la carte, which is going to be the single items, but you want to give your customers bundle deals. So if they buy more, they save. That's where packages come in. So you can do packs of prints or prints and digitals or prints and specialty items. You can combine any combination of products you want. You give it a name. You can do like a fun name. You don't have to do package ABC. And you can also add a description for the package. And this is a great place to put the savings as well. That way your customer doesn't have to do the math. They see like, oh, I should buy this. It's a greater deal. You can include all that in the description.
And I also like telling them that they can mix and match their poses and prints, just because if they're coming from paper forms, a lot of times it's just that one picture and they're done. So letting them know that they have flexibility and they can choose multiple images is a good selling point for packages.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's the real beauty about PhotoDay letting them mix and match the poses is that like bigger packages make sense because they can go in and like buy a whole bunch of different images in each item. So yeah.
And then I just wanted to touch on this really quick. So these are your package contents right here. Say you're adding like 4 5x7s. If you add 4 like this is going to be a pack of 4 of the same picture. But if you put them on a separate line, they'll be able to mix and match different poses for each of those.
Yeah, so you have a little bit of control over the structure there. But yeah, so, and also big tip is use digitals to beef up your packages without beefing up the cost, the printing cost. Yeah, so I think that is it for pricing. Go ahead.
I was just going to say one thing that I've seen is people will do like a print bundle and then for like $15 or $20 more. So they'll duplicate this and then they'll add a digital to it. And for $15, they can get the digital with it. So it's an easy upsell.
Right. Like the All-Star and All-Star Plus or whatever. Definitely. You control the optics, especially when you have the freedom of changing the package name and the description to point people towards the best deal.
So
yes.
Once we attach our price sheet to the job, I think I was using this one. It's going to ask you for a theme. So some of the labs, they offer pro prints or graphic prints or the memory mates. And these just kind of customize those themes. You don't have to sell the borders, but you do have to pick a theme. So we'll just pick miscellaneous, preschool, and school. And
I do want to add sorry, Austin.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you guys have questions about setting up your pricing or you need suggestions, we do have resources for that as well in the support chat.
We are here to help. And then I was just going to say too, you can customize even further for some of them. So if you want to do like just the school colors or something, you can do that as well.
Sweet.
So we'll hit save there. So we set up our gallery access, we set up our storefront, and now we're going to upload our subject data. So this is where the magic happens. Over to the left here, it says add subject data, and you can enter it manually if you really have time, but we're in the business of saving time. So I would do a CSV file, and if they give you like numbers or an Excel file or Google Sheets, you can easily download it as a CSV. And then also schools are notorious for giving you like a PDF or a picture of the roster or something. But Excel or Adobe makes a really cool tool called PDF to Excel that has saved my life hundreds of times.
Yeah, you blew my mind when you started here and introduced me to Adobe Acrobat. I was like, genius.
And then once you do have your data cleaned up, it's super easy to bring it into PhotoDay. All you're going to do is take that file and just drag and drop it. It's going to try to automatically match the headers. Sometimes it's a little weird, like this one didn't map. So we'll click email and then we'll click map.
And I think it's important to note when we're talking about like messy data, like it is okay to get that, data that's not exactly ideal the first time. And then, maybe point them towards the format that you want in the future, because most likely they can export it if they just do it right in their systems. Most organizations do have those systems, and it'll save you some time.
And if you want, we have templates that you can send them. If you click on the bubble and then click on the help section and then just type in CSV, it'll pull up an article with different templates in there. So there should be a sports one and a school one that you can download and send to them.
Perfect.
But there's 4 subjects in the CSV, 4 records are added. So we'll click confirm. And then it'll tell you to download the Capture app.
Okay. I think we'll get into Capture when we get to that point, but I am going to talk about marketing really quick because I could talk about that all day. So it's really important that as soon as you get the data in, you go ahead and send out the private gallery information to your customers so they can get opted in by text. So we have email and text marketing, but with text marketing, you need your customers to get opted in. So they either have to follow the instructions on the email or they need to enter their phone number when they click into PhotoDay. But text marketing is going to be the true key to getting your customers into the gallery quick and getting them to purchase right when pictures are ready. So you want to collect as many of those opt-ins by text as quickly as possible, prior to pictures being ready. Okay, so I'll restate it before I move on. Your goal is to get people opted in. The more opt-ins you have, the higher your orders are going to be. So starting off with automatic email campaigns, the AdvancePay campaign is first. So once you have your AdvancePay settings set up and saved in the job and you have your CSV uploaded, you need to toggle on the AdvancePay series, and then you can change the job status from draft to AdvancePay mode, and emails are going to go out right then, as well as like the day before picture day and the day of or something, letting people know about AdvancePay, the benefit of doing so, and getting them locked in, also getting them just opted in general. So you'll see the flow here. They click into the link that collects the opt-in right there, just so you know. So before even buying the credit, they get opted in by text just by interacting with that email, which is huge. But then they can see the AdvancePay amounts, and they can also see that offer explained. So that is that. We also have the published campaign and expiration. Published starts when you release the gallery, and the expiration starts depending on the expiration date you set. So they are already all set up for you. And with these campaigns, there is no like marketing work that needs to be done by you really. Well, there's a little, but you don't have to go through and set up like, 1 week after send this or whatever. We have designed that. We have a series that goes out on day 1, 3, 5, 7, 14, and 30. Day 1 being the day you publish. So it is only going to non-purchasers along the way, and we weed out the people who purchase. And we try to keep it as simple as possible, not spammy, but also effective with that timing sequence. And that is the same time frame with the SMS campaigns once they opt into those as well.
So I know sometimes studios have a hard time getting emails or phone numbers. So what happens like if the only thing that they can get is a roster?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
So if they can't get emails or phone numbers,
yes,
but they can get like the names.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have, number one, we do have manual flyers. Let's take a look at those. If you want to print a flyer for each person, you can do that in PhotoDay. Also, if you're not doing AdvancePay and you want to send something out prior to picture day, you could do pre-picture day. But this is going to give you a template you can create, and then you could print out a marketing flyer for each individual person if you wanted. So this is an option. Again, you can use these by email as well, and PhotoDay will plug in the customer's information. But I recommend checking out Gallery Lookup, which was one of our newer additions to PhotoDay and to private galleries. And this is going to allow you to create a gallery-wide link for a private gallery. The link is the same for everybody, and the customer goes in and then they can search for their subject by entering the data that you asked for. So this is in the subject data page down at the bottom. You choose the fields they have to enter. So you kind of control the amount of privacy that's put in place with this search option. So like, for instance, you could just do student ID. I mean, I would say that's pretty private. Some people do teacher name, it really just depends. You can do up to 3, but you have to do at least 1. And this information is going to be pulled from the data spreadsheet that you upload. But the customer can enter the information, and if they enter it correctly, they'll be brought right into their private gallery. So this is extremely, extremely valuable. You can send this to the school or organization to use if a parent reaches out and is like, I didn't get the email. Or if you don't have emails at all, you can kind of have the school pass this out. Of course, most schools have Parent Square or some other form of communication portal. And parents are very, very tuned into that stuff. So they can just send this link out, in their stream of communication. You can even have this on printed marketing materials to hang up. You can have it in the front office as a QR code, and you can also pass these out to each person on a little flyer or card. So, and I also love to note, whenever I'm spelling out all these marketing options, you don't have to choose just one. Like, I would do as many as works for your job. Like, of course, even if you get emails, still use the Gallery Lookup link and still send it to the school, still have a QR code with the Gallery Lookup link hanging in the front office.
You want zero friction. So as many places that you can post or share.
Yeah, don't leave your customer like searching. And I know as a parent myself, like, for some reason, time just goes by quickly. And like, I'm so thankful when a photographer like has taken the time to put their information in a really accessible place, because I am looking for it. I'm just sometimes too busy to notice. So, all right. So that is all prior to the shoot. Market. And then let's talk about what you need to do on site on the day of the shoot.
Awesome. So on the day of the shoot, hold on, I gotta move some things around really quick. And I'm gonna share my phone. So on the day of the shoot, you'll have either a tablet, or you could use your phone, iPad. But it will look something like this. So here's the capture app. We also have the dashboard app. That's the one that sends cha-chings to your phone every time you get an order.
That's the fun one.
Yeah. What do you mean? This is the fun one. This one matches all the faces.
Sorry. Yeah, they're both magic. So.
So we'll click into the capture app. and it's going to show all of your galleries here, all of your private galleries. And before picture day, you're just going to want to click on this little sync button here. This is going to download all the names to the device. That way you can work offline just in case there's Wi-Fi blockers or bad service. You can still do what you need to. If you click in, you'll see everybody's name. You can filter by grade or teacher. You can just start typing and they'll pop up. You can type in their student ID if you have it. If there's anybody that didn't make the data, say it's a new student, if you click the 3 buttons up at the top, you can click add subject and add them right at the camera. But as they come up, you'll just click on their name, take a picture, and that's it. Their data card will pop up. You'll click on the X and move to the next kid. So this is how you check them in, and then they can go get in line for photos. And the cool thing is, like, it doesn't matter what order they're in. It doesn't matter if they do an outfit change. You just need to take one picture, one reference photo.
Right. So even if they are crying at the beginning, they get their reference photo and then they come back at the end and try again. It's still going to match their photos even from like the end of the sequence of photos for the day. And you can also use capture on multiple devices. I know someone in the comments mentioned having like a dance studio owner help them out on the capture app. It is so easy and user friendly that I know a lot of studios, especially for shoots they're running lean help wise on, will actually just give the device or have a check-in station that the teacher or coach helps with to check each person in. And those people know the kids better than you do, most likely. So it's a really easy job. So I know some people even like set up check-in stations for their high schools that they photograph because they're pretty tech savvy these days. So, and that is the PhotoDay capture app. If you are looking for it, it's PhotoDay, one word, and then capture. And I don't know, show the icon.
Yes, that one right
like
here.
That.
One thing that we have found though is face find is very strong. So if there's someone on their shirt or if there's someone in the background, it'll populate a little message that says there's multiple people in the photo. And I think that's kind of cool. So that way you're not getting like Tupac on a shirt or something.
Yeah, it'll be like multiple faces detected. Yeah, and it is Tupac on a shirt.
So after you check them in, you are good to go back into PhotoDay. You'll cull and edit all your photos. And here's the crazy part. You just drag and drop them again. And as they load, it's going to automatically match them to their galleries.
So that's FaceFind working its magic.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a team, buddy, individual.
Yeah. Super cool. You'll be really impressed by just how accurate it is too. You know, even if the reference photo is a little wonky, I see it do really good jobs. But of course, try to have your reference photos as clear and as well lit as you can with no obstructions to the face. And Tracy said, if you forget to take a reference photo, you can use a previous photo taken as the reference photo. Yeah, you can take a photo of the screen. If you find one picture of a kid, you could take a photo of the screen for their reference photo and it will find any other picture they're in. It's so easy and so like mess free. Even if you do have a hiccup or a kid gets out of line before getting checked in, I mean, it's so easy to just make that change quickly. So,
yep. And we all know sometimes if one person downloads the team photo or the class photo, then everybody has it. So on those, you can always click on those and click disable digital downloads to make it a print only item. That way they're not sharing it with everybody.
That was a super cool addition when we came out with that. I feel like it's been a while now, but pretty sweet.
Awesome. So once you're done uploading, once everything looks good, you can switch from AdvancePay to Publish. This is going to turn off AdvancePay and it's going to send them a message telling them that photos are ready. If it's after 8 p.m., it's not going to go out until 9 a.m. the next day, just so you don't make people mad. And then they're going to get a link to the gallery.
Everybody who opted in by text is going to get a text. They don't even have to wait for an email, but they're going to get emails too. So.
Yep. And then they'll go in and they can favorite one, favorite all of them, make them bigger if they want.
Oh yeah, and here's that download all if they want to skip
Yep.
fuss and just go to the end.
And that'll show every 20th photo. So it's super easy. They can just click on it and boom, they're done. We found it was like 70% of orders were done on a cell phone or a mobile device. So we're like, oh, cool, let's make an app. And we made it, but didn't really download, or nobody really downloaded it. So we made the website super mobile friendly. So it looks and feels like an app if they're on their phone. It's super easy to use. They can go through all of the packages. They can buy the digital, or if they do like the prints, customize this one. So they can pick whichever picture that they want, crop in, and they'll confirm it. They'll confirm it again.
Just make sure the images that you're uploading have appropriate margins so that they don't get cropped off in certain aspects.
Yep. And then view cart. And that's where the retouching pops up. And it works on group and individual photos. So you could do it to just a single one, or you could quick retouch all. And then check out.
Love it. Big upsell. And you can also, I do want to say, people can order one big order for multiple subjects in the same private gallery. So like if they're siblings, they go to the same school or they're part of the same organization, they can add them to the same cart. They cannot add them to the same package though. So they have to customize all their items for that one kid. And then they can click that little shop button if their email is the same on multiple subjects, which makes it really easy. And then they can order all at once. So.
And since I subscribed to both, I subscribed to Carly and Cam before we started during the AdvancePay. And so now it's popping up here. It's saying, are you forgetting Carly's pictures? Have you ordered those ones yet? So you can go in and click shop.
Love it.
And then as people are ordering, you'll be able to go into insights and see who's opted in, who's ordered, when they were last reminded, what your sales average is, how many people, like what your participation is.
Your average order value. You can also see the number of subjects who have accessed their gallery and purchased, which for private galleries can be more telling than how many orders you have, since an order can have multiple kids. So that's helpful.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think that we can jump back into the slide deck. I know we have a ton of questions, so let's finish up the slides and then we can get into those.
There we go.
Okay, so organization pages. If you guys have not checked these out yet, I would recommend taking the time to do so before you get started with spring. If you are doing multiple jobs for an organization over time or season over season, I highly recommend using org pages. So these are pages that can house all jobs that you have attached to an organization in one link. So you can set these links up for each organization that you have in your settings. And then you can provide the link to, the athletic directors, the schools, the organizations. So number one, you can suggest that they place this link on their website or post it on socials. And they can also just
main office.
Yeah. I mean, they could even have a poster. We've talked about putting posters in the front office, but you could have a poster with this organization page link. And the cool thing is it stays the same forever. So they don't even have to change the poster year over year. But yeah, they can even just bookmark it and keep it handy. Like if a parent, is like, hey, how do I get pictures again? They'll have a link. I mean, even if it's, years forward, they can still use that same link. And over time, it'll become a really solid resource that even parents will become familiar with. And that way, like I said, there's no there's no blockers to getting your customers to where they want to be to see, which is everybody wants to see the photos and everybody wants to buy them. So do not stop them from that. Now, I know we talked about gallery lookup. That needs to be turned on for any private gallery that you want to be accessible by organization page. So if a private gallery shows up as one of those tiles on the org page and a customer clicks on it, if gallery lookup is not turned on, they're going to have to enter an access code for their specific kid. So make sure you turn that on for each job that is on the org page so that they get put right into that search engine, and then it will bring them right to their gallery, which is, where they want to be. So, and that was kind of our team's thought process. It's like we made organization pages and then we were like, wait, well, how do we make private galleries work? And that was the solution, gallery lookup, which is just so genius to me.
And next we have exports. So something that's really cool with private galleries is the amount of different exports that you can do. There's PSPA and SPOA for school systems like lunch codes or library automations, things like that. There's subject data and service items. So if you need to make ID cards or class composites, anything like that, you can do all of that within PhotoDay. And something that's really cool is, say you take like a 3/4 shot, you can automatically adjust it to headshot crop, and it'll do that for everybody.
Yup, for free.
For free, yeah. And then it'll have you review, and then you just download them and send them to the school.
Yeah, I've heard that's another thing that people celebrate a lot besides the Capture app when it comes to like switching from a more manual process to PhotoDay for private galleries. Of course, the Capture app is their main thing. They're like, wow, that was so easy. But then like a couple weeks later when they got to get their exports together, it goes from them creating them like way more manually to just a press of a button because we have them all the images sorted and the data already in there. So yeah.
Yeah, and the other cool thing with exports is you can change the file names. So if the school needs it a certain way, like if they need first name hyphen last name hyphen student ID, you can change all of that and it does it automatically.
Yep. I would say that we've thought of it all at PhotoDay, but really this is all from feedback in the bubble. So yeah, that was sweet addition. Okay. Gallery stats and sales. So we do provide an amazing dashboard of sales and gallery activity for each of your jobs, like Austin showed you in the insights portion of your job. I just want to mention that this is a really useful place to look even before you actually release pictures. So, once you send out your initial marketing pushes for AdvancePay or before the shoot, or you have the school or organization send something out, you can go into insights and under customers, and you can see how many views and opt-ins you're getting. And that can really help you understand how effective the marketing you sent out was. So, but yeah, you can see like your average order values. You can see how many subjects have ordered, kind of how we went over previously. So yeah.
But wait, there's more. You can see sales by month. You can see just individual orders if you need to go in that way.
Yeah.
And then there's also, this is my favorite one, is the product report, because you can see what you've sold and then kind of adjust packages or pricing based off of that. So if everyone's buying 5x7s, maybe you up your 5x7s by a couple dollars to get a little raise.
Yeah, I think that's another invaluable thing about PhotoDay is the reporting and the fact that you can actually use like real data to make improvements to your business. This is my favorite report to go over with people after the season's over. So yeah,
for sure.
Okay, guys, let's go over some questions. I think we got a couple of questions, Austin. Let's see. Okay. I'll start with the first one from Kim. Is there a way to have the full cycle of marketing done in 2 weeks? She's found that she likes to close the gallery or leave the gallery open without raising prices is not good. So we do not have the ability for you to change the automatic marketing series. You can toggle off the email marketing after 2 weeks. The text messages are a little less flexible, but from what you're saying, you can also use some of our custom promos to let them know about the price raise, which might be able to help you. So if you set up or you let it go for 2 weeks and then you set up a best pricing series, maybe that can help make the marketing more effective and let them know about that price raise. But yeah.
I see one from Sarah. It says, can you use it for opt-in? Like if they, she's talking about AdvancePay. So if they pay, they get their individual photo taken and they can get that download of the image. So if they do an AdvancePay, you'll be able to go into your Capture app and it's going to show right under their name how much each person purchased. So like some people, they do it like per costume. So if they spent, maybe it's $15 a costume, they spent $30. So we're doing 2 outfits. It doesn't, I mean, can they get the digital download?
Okay. So number one, I'll say you should watch the AdvancePay webinar because we kind of talk about using AdvancePay as like a buy-in. They have to buy in order to get photographed basically. But the thing is they can use their credit amount towards anything they want in your storefront. Yeah. So it's not going to be like, oh, they just get a download, but you could make it for the price of the download if you wanted, but there's no really need to limit them to what they can order, but basically, yes. So check out that webinar. I see from Miles, if the customer does not input anything on their memory mate, will the text be printed? No, it's going to be blank. So yeah, if they don't enter anything or if they don't enter anything for a certain blank, that it won't put any fill in or anything. So yeah.
Did you say download all can be controlled by a person? Not sure what that one means.
So I can assume that it means download all is a price per subject. So in private galleries, it's just per person, and in group and public galleries, it uses face find. So you have to choose a face, and then download all is only going to give the products that are eligible or the images that are eligible for download for that price. So, and then also you as the studio are the one who sets the download all price. So yeah.
Carrie, there's not a way to limit the group photo to just a 5x7 print. They can pick whatever size they want.
Yeah, we suggest keeping the crop wide so that it can fit in any print. I think the good thing about PhotoDay is that we don't put up like brick walls where people try to order something and then it's not allowed. But you do have to kind of accommodate for that. So, okay, if Pam puts a check in the box, does that mean, okay, so the check in the box is everything that's listed on the price sheet is what is added in there. If you guys need more help with the price sheet, I recommend going to the bubble. I think they can help you a lot better than we can live. And then I think I answered Allison's question. Can you mix and match within more than one subject? Yes, you can. If they're a part of the same private gallery, they just can't mix and match more than one subject in a package. Hopefully that helps.
For something like baseball, how do you ask for player information to be able to send to the league families? Just before, I would say like start 3 or 4 weeks before picture day, asking them, hey, I have a roster, I have a template for you. This is what it looks like. I need at least first name, last name, preferably parent email. If you can add jersey number, coach, that's even better.
Yeah, I would say any sports league my kids have been a part of, we have to fill out like a little thing. And I know, I mean, we even live in a small town and they most likely have a way to export that information at the very least of the kids, you know, the player's name, or even if it's team separated, they're most likely able to give you a roster. I mean, I know there's some cases where people can't get them, and that's where something like Google Forms is great, or some sort of sign up option where you can be like, hey, okay, you're not going to give the data. I need it. If you could just send this out to parents, however you communicate, and have everybody who's interested in participating sign up. I think a lot of people do things that way. So yeah.
Lori asked, do I need to add proof for watermark or will the site do it automatically, and how to do it? Lori, it does get added. We have a default one that gets added automatically. If you want to message the bubble, we can show you how to change it.
Can they change backgrounds? Yes, you can upload PNGs and background choices, and customers can actually choose the background they want for each item. So
can you combine subjects for tiered bundles? No. I believe it's the same as packages.
Yes, correct. Yeah, you cannot combine more than one subject into any of the digital bundle options. Is there a way to give subjects a code during check-in that allows them to opt in without the photographer having the subject's emails or phone numbers? You can either use group or public galleries if you don't have to give privacy, and then everyone will have the same code. Otherwise, you'll have to give the access codes manually or by using gallery lookup. And you do have to have like names for that. So
Pam said, I'm confused about AdvancePay. If they don't use the entire amount, how's that transaction managed? So the credits are good for 14 months. If you have any other galleries that they were photographed in, they can use the remaining balance on those galleries. And then after the 14 months, it's paid out to the studio.
Yes. And then will we be at imaging? Yes, we will.
Yes.
Both of us will. PhotoDay and a bunch of our team will. Trade shows are coming up. We'll also be at SPAC and Sync. So see you guys hopefully there.
Who else going to a trade show or to a conference?
Yeah, chime in the regular chat. By the way, thank you guys so much for all the engagement today. It's literally the best thing ever when you're doing a webinar and people talk back to you. Sometimes it's crickets. I get it. It can get boring, but I love all of the questions. These are great. Can you review orders before they are submitted? No, that's not an option right now. Anything that I said no to, just go to the bubble and tell them that you need that. We can submit it to the product team and they can consider it in the future. It's very possible. We are adding things every day. So the more interest we have in those things that's submitted to the bubble, the higher the chance it'll get added in a future update. So
Pam, what percentage of the order goes to PhotoDay?
We're about to go over that. So we only get paid when you get paid. So the PhotoDay fee is 10% on the orders total. There's also the Stripe fee and the lab costs, but you don't have to pay a lab bill. That gets paid per order. You don't have to pay any bills. It just comes straight out automatically, and included in that cost is all the amazing features that we talked about today, the automatic marketing, the capture app, and sorting your subjects, unlimited storage, tons and tons of resources, almost unlimited resources, honestly.
And that's not even including like help from the bubble team or from the CSM team. We can help analyze price sheets or help you get set up with your first job or anything you need. If you want to just talk through your workflow, we can offer suggestions there.
Yeah, we're very, very education focused because the better you guys do, the better we do. So please reach out in the bubble and get in contact with us. We have a fantastic, really experienced team. We're experienced with PhotoDay and experienced with the industry. So, we can help you figure out exactly how PhotoDay will work best for you. Let me make sure I don't want to miss any other questions because we got through so many. Let's see. I do composites. Carrie, yeah, it really, whenever you're doing composites and you're creating a design that really only fits in a certain size, it is best for PhotoDay to adjust that and just add more space around the text and the subjects in your composite so that it fits. I know that's really tough mindset change, but just leave more space around the background, and that includes text. So they're not, cropping off text as well. And that should do it. I know so many photographers who sell composites successfully on PhotoDay. And if you need more help with your specific instance, you can reach us at the bubble. And we are actually live help. Yeah. When it comes to chat, we don't really, we have bots that send articles, but we are literally a live team, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. And real people answer your questions in like less than 10 minutes or something like that.
Or you can schedule a support call.
Yes. And you can get on the phone with us. Yes. By picking a time. So, if you guys are in PhotoDay in your studio account and you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little circle icon. That is what we call the bubble. And that's where you can reach out to us. So you can just say hello, send your questions, and our team will answer you. You can even reach a CSM like me or Austin if you need more in-depth workflow help. Okay, is that it?
I think so.
All right, let's see. Okay. Chat with us in the bubble or reach out to us at support@PhotoDay. And thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you at imaging and all the other
First webinar of the year.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you guys. Y'all are the best. See you next one.